Now, Dolly Parton is returning to our shores in November for her first tour in nearly 30 years. And I caught up with the Queen of Country Music for a chat.
Everybody loves Dolly. From the oldest, grumpiest grandpa to the youngest hipster who's just found out that she wrote this song. Her list of achievements is just as spectacular as her assets. 100 million album sales, 42 top 10 albums and 100 chart singles. #1 records in 3 different decades, and she's written over 4,000 songs. I spoke with Dolly earlier about a career that just keeps getting better. Now, you have had such an amazing career, but can we go back to the beginning for you? It was a very, very different upbringing to life for you now. Tell us a bit about it.
I'm a country girl, grew up on a farm, and there's 12 children in our family, and that's the way it was with a lot of folks back there where I came from. And I think back on those days, and it's been really good for me, because no matter how much money I make, being brought up that poor, you always appreciate the value of a dollar.
It's not only Dolly's songs that captured the hearts of fans, but also her look. So where did she get her inspiration from?
I was very impressed with what they call the town tramp, or the trash in our hometown, but I didn't know she was anything but beautiful. She had a lot of hair and a lot of high heels, short skirt, tight clothes, nice boobs, and I thought, well, you know, she's beautiful, and everybody would say she's trash, and I thought, well, that's what I'm going to be.
How did your mum feel about that at the time?
Oh, at the time, my grandpa was a preacher, and my mother's very religious as well. But my mother had a good understanding of me, and she knew I was fine. She would help me, you know, if I needed a couple of little outfits for my shows. She would kind of take a few liberties, even if she had to quarrel with my daddy over it. But my grandpa was sure I was going to hell in a handbasket, until I wrote a song about him called Daddy Was an Old-Time Preacher Man, and it became a hit. And after that, he thought I was going straight to heaven.
Yes, Daddy was an old-time preacher man.
Do you get sick of people, you know, talking to you about your boobs and your look?
I'm kind of famous for them. Years ago, when the term shock and awe from Bush, President Bush, I named them shock and awe, and they've kind of become famous.
That's hilarious. You talk quite openly about your plastic surgery. You love it. Do you ever see a time when you just let it all hang out, let it sag, or is that just not your thing?
Not as long as I got the money, I ain't gonna let it sag any farther than I want it to go. So I always just say, you know, if I see something sagging, dragging, and bagging, I'll get it nipped, tucked, and sucked, or lifted up, whatever it takes.
Is it true that you wear high heels in the shower, or is that a load of rubbish?
Oh, not in the shower. People always go to extremes. I do wear high heels around the house, though. Even my high heels have a heel on them because I'm short. I can't reach my cabinets if I don't have my shoes on. Either that, I either put on my shoes or have to climb up on the drawers and get something out of the cabinet. But no, I do take them off the shower and bathe, no matter what you've heard.
Well, it's been so great chatting to you this morning. We can't wait to have you in Australia and enjoy the long flight down under.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to getting to you, however long it takes. So thank you for having me. I'll see you soon.
And tickets for Dolly Parton's A Better Day World Tour are on sale now. Check out the website for details, and you can catch the extended chat with Dolly there as well.
Do you know Dolly?
I met her very briefly, well, a number of times. When I was on Broadway 2 years ago, she was there with the musical version in Times Square of 9 to 5. So in all the awards season and social ceremonies, we used to meet up and say hi. She's fabulous. She's amazing. I'm actually rehearsing Lady Bracknell in The Importance of Being Earnest for the Melbourne Theatre Company at the moment. And they told me in wardrobe the other day, they built me a breast harness. And I said, what size am I? They said, you're an F. I might pull back to a double D.